Pretty right now.
You've got 1 day.
I've always been a nomad at heart. I always knew that there wasn't any specific place that I want to call home per se. I always wanted to live just wherever the wind took me. And we did that for a while. We did that for about 2 years. But my love for animals has always been greater than, things that I really want for myself, even though, I want all these things, but I just don't do them. But when I put my mind to animals or dogs, I actually follow through and I get them done. So that's when we bought this property. 5 acres in eastern Tennessee. Hasn't been lived in for about 10 years, and it was a mess. It was overwhelming, but I didn't see it for what it was in that moment. I just obviously was looking towards the future, seeing what it could be. It took a lot of work, it took a lot of patience. And obviously animals need to eat during that time, so I am a barber, and that's what I do during the day. What I didn't realize about moving to such a rural area is how many stray dogs there are. Presumably just living in the woods somewhere. So little by little, dogs just started coming by the property and seemingly without a home. And that's just something that you don't see until you're here every day. Over time, I started seeing more and more animals needed help. But the thing is, the property was overgrown, unkempt, and it didn't have a fence. Animal shelter wouldn't take them. And over time, you grow attached to them, so I had to improvise. What started out as a smaller enclosure to what I could afford, because remember, I'm doing this all by myself at this point. So as we started getting in more dogs, or me rather, we the rescue, I just started expanding. I'm doing it by myself. What was extremely hard was when we picked up a lab. Turns out she was pregnant, and I called the shelter, and they had no way to intake the dogs. They recommended me to reach out to rescues, but I work full-time. I try to care for the animals full-time. So that's 2 full-time jobs that I'm doing. If I'm not at work cutting hair, I'm here. And I just didn't have time, so she gave birth, and we're making it work. We do have 5 acres here, and I probably put the smallest dent into it. Anytime that I think about this property, or whether I think about any of my animals that I have here, I just get like this overwhelming emotion, and it just comes out in tears. Like, I don't know what it is. I put all my money into buying this property, like literally every last bit of it, and just trying to build a better life for them, and I'm dealing with it in real time. My plan was to expand slowly, and as money came in, I would use that to buy materials, to put up more and more fencing. But what I didn't realize is that the bigger this grew, the more visible it came to everybody outside. And that's what started the shift. It wasn't really anything direct at first, because I didn't know anybody yet. I just moved here. Most of the people live across the street, and I'm really one of the only ones on this side. And when I moved here, it was exactly a year ago. And I guess things really started changing once I started bringing in more dogs, because they just needed a place to live. So when you have 5 acres, what do? You say no, go ahead and euthanize them? It's part of the problem, actually, because of so many stray dogs around here. It's just so easy for people to place the blame with me, whether they're my dogs or not. So if you're not familiar with a rural area, maybe you are, but the majority of this surrounding area is owned by one family, or used to be in the family for generations. And I believe, and I don't want to place blame on anybody, but I believe that's the real majority of the hate that's being directed towards me. A lot of misunderstanding happened along the way.
Did you buy this property?
You didn't tell me who.
Did
Yes,
you
I bought
buy
it.
this property?
Now, but my belief, based on that one line of him saying, "Did you really buy this property?" It's my way of interpreting that is you were brainwashed, misled, misinformed, to thinking that I didn't own this property when it's a very simple matter of fact public record and could have been very easily looked up. Now, as you can hear, there's the same amount of dogs
Come, Bailey.
that there were that day, and it's awfully quiet in here. They're all laying down. It was a hot day. They're all laying down. They're all around. There's one right in front of me. My dogs are quiet. My dogs are not disruptive. They have plenty of opportunity to roam and burn their energy and be dogs and live their amazing life as it is. I just think he was heavily misinformed and misled.
I did see some things that they were, for lack of a better way of saying it, vague statements that could be construed as threatening, could not be construed as threatening, just depending on the perspective of basically the observer. You'll be gone, and all of your stuff will be gone. That's not, in and of itself, an overt threat to you.
Like I said, the sheriff's department wasn't taking it seriously. I've been able to put a lot more of my money into creating small little environments for dogs. And nothing and nobody's gonna deter me from that mission.